Take literally everything you think you know about artistic talent, put it in a tiny box, and mentally set it on fire. Seriously, watch it burn. Because creativity, it isn't some rare genetic lottery ticket handed out at birth. It's actually your default, natural state of being.
So why is it that the people who never, ever fail actually suffer the most? It's a brutal paradox. Because not failing just means you're sitting safely on the sidelines, never even starting. And let me tell you, that hidden agony, it literally eats your imagination alive from the inside out.
Section 1. The illusion of talent, debunking the myth. I want you to visualize a giant blank canvas right in front of you. Now take a thick brush, paint the word talent in huge, bold letters, and then immediately draw a massive, dripping red X right through the whole thing.
We have to completely erase this myth of magical, innate gifts from our minds. Instead, picture a massive, heavy brick wall crashing down in front of you. That wall is built of fear, shame, and guilt. Those nasty psychological blocks are the actual reason you haven't written that first word or drawn that first line.
Now, let's sketch out a character we call the shadow artist. This is someone who fiercely loves art, but permanently lives just outside of it, hiding in the margins. It's the avid reader who never writes a single page, or the biggest fan who never launches their own project. Because admiring from a distance? That's safe, but actually risking it is completely terrifying.
Section 2. The inner censor, your worst enemy. Okay, imagine zooming in on that little echoing voice inside your head. We all have it, right? Well, here is the absolute, brutal truth about that voice. It's not trying to protect you from failure. It is literally designed to paralyze you.
It whispers things like, "You're not enough. It's way too late. You're gonna fail." I want you to imagine grabbing those toxic sentences with both hands and just violently ripping them to shreds. You can't permanently delete this inner critic, but you absolutely can refuse to follow its orders. If you are waiting around for your fear to magically vanish, you've fallen into a massive trap. That zero fear state, it's a complete illusion. You actually have to pick up the pen and violently slash that first line onto the page while your hands are shaking. You don't start after the fear, you start with it. Section 3. Your 2 secret weapons. The psychological rescue. So, we've identified the enemy, but what's our tactical rescue plan? Well, let's open up our toolkit. You only really need 2 kinetic weapons to completely shatter that brick wall in your mind. Weapon number 1 is the morning pages. Think of this as a daily psychological shower to wash off the mental grime. Step 1, you wake up. Step 2, you write 3 full pages completely by hand. Step 3, you aggressively vomit every single anxiety and thought onto the paper with 0 filters. Seriously, pure garbage is exactly what we want here. And weapon number 2, the artist state. The rules for this are absolute iron. Once a week, you take yourself out and you draw a huge, thick circle around the word alone. No friends, no partners. You just follow whatever sparks your curiosity with 0 focus on being productive. Because purposeless play, that is literal oxygen for a suffocating imagination. Here's the thing. Inspiration only ever shows up after you've created internal silence. We need to shatter this ridiculous image of a magical muse just floating down from the sky to bless you. You have to grab a broom and aggressively sweep away all that mental static first. And only then will that creative light bulb finally click on. Section 4. The map of envy, reframing toxicity. Let's pivot the camera entirely for a second. We usually treat envy like this toxic, radioactive poison. But what if we painted it differently? What if envy is actually a glowing, neon map pointing directly towards your most deeply hidden desires? Think of someone you fiercely, secretly envy right at this exact moment. Got their face in your mind? Okay. Draw a bright, solid line connecting that specific jealousy straight to your own suppressed ambition. If you absolutely hate that they travel all the time, your map is just highlighting your own starving craving for freedom. Now pan over to the roadblock right next to envy, perfectionism. Let's clear this up right now. Perfectionism is definitely not excellence. It is just fear in a really nice suit. It is nothing more than highly elegant procrastination that's actively hiding a paralyzing terror of being judged. So what's the antidote to that poison? Done is always better than perfect. Real creativity demands chaotic, messy forward momentum over flawless execution. So go ahead, draw a completely sloppy circle. Type out a spectacularly terrible first draft. Whatever it is, just make a move.
Section 5. Shadow artists and crazy makers. Protecting your energy. Listen, all this internal mental rewiring is totally useless if your external environment is toxic. I want you to imagine laying down bricks right now, building a fast, impenetrable fortress around your creative energy to block out what we call the crazy makers.
So who are these crazy makers? They are the people who constantly drain your energy, constantly generate drama, and totally hijack your focus. Look, they might not be intentionally evil villains, but completely blocking their chaos out of your space is a matter of pure, absolute creative survival.
Section 6. Permission to create. The final unblocking. Okay, so we've bulldozed the internal blocks and we've walled off the external chaos. Now it's time to zero in and aggressively attack the absolute root cause of why we remain frozen in place.
15 minutes. Put that number up in giant lights. That is literally all it takes. Just one tiny, consistent daily action completely vaporizes the ultimate excuse of saying you don't have the time. You do not need a perfectly organized life. You just need a timer set for 15 minutes of relentless, focused action.
Watch how those little 15-minute blocks compound into a massive 12-week transformation. You hit week 1, and you're recovering your sense of safety. By week 4, you're rebuilding your integrity. Hit week 8, and you've forged undeniable strength. All of this culminates at week 12 with the ultimate prize, a total restoration of faith in yourself.
All right, lean in for this, because here is the hardest, sharpest truth of the entire breakdown. Nobody is ever going to walk up and hand you permission to be an artist. You have to take it. Stop sitting around waiting for society or some boss to stamp a gold star on your forehead. Grab your permission by force right this second.
I'm going to leave you with this incredible thought. Take a small step in the direction of a dream and watch the synchronous doors flying open. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. I challenge you to take one completely terrifying, messy step today. So what blank canvas are you going to violently draw your first line on?